What's up, adventurers? Today there's another video of a tutorial for the people who wants to know how to make a cool ass thumbnail, or how I make my thumbnails, even though my thumbnails are not the shit, they're not the bomb. But anyone who wants to know how to make a thumbnail, I use Photoshop. Okay, it looks like this. It has a PS, so we're gonna click on it. Okay, and I'm gonna show you how I Photoshop. All right. Despite the fact of the black screen, it's because it shows like, oh, do you want to use this? Yes, no, or I press yes all the time. But for the people out there, I make my thumbnails with this, but let's just get it open on. And yeah, guys, I'm gonna pause the video right here, and I'm gonna keep in touch because it does take a while for it to load. All right, guys, so here it is. Photoshop is, coming on now. Its name is Adobe Photoshop CS6, whatever. But this is my Photoshop, okay? For the people who wants to make a thumbnail and stuff, you press new, and you press the name, whatever name you want to put it, to be honest, and you put custom, but leave it as custom. And you have to have your width 1280 by 720, okay? Width 1280, height 720, okay? And you have to have your pixels as you have to have it as pixels, okay? Pixels by inch and 8-bit RGB color, 182 by 88 resolution, and transparent, right? And stuff. So you press okay. You're gonna get this PNG looking picture right here, right? It's like all boxylated and stuff, right? That's fine. That means it's see-through. Like when you encode it and all that, it's gonna not be see-through. It's gonna be see-through, okay? So normally when I do, we're gonna let's make a let's see what we should make. As you guys can see, I have a lot of files of me playing Overwatch and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and get a let's see. Okay. Okay, let's just get this Battlefield one right here, okay? This sniper. I made this for one of my videos, okay? If you guys can remember, this is how it looked before it, okay? Before it had all that blood stains or whatever, right? It looks like this, okay? You normally don't need to stretch it out, but if you don't stretch it out like that, you're gonna have this little pixelated, and then it just would show this, and then I guess this would be black on your thumbnail. So normally just stretch it out on how you want it. So example, I don't want any pixels on it or whatever, so I just press and then you place it, right? So you have a check mark, or if you don't want it, but do the check mark. All right. And now you go to text. If you want to put a text, let's just put like whatever title you have, put as I just put as tutorial. This is one of the fonts I have. I have like different fonts. So let's just place this. See, I got the brush strike, and I honestly always use the Another Danger font because it just looks cool as shit half the time. I don't even know if I spelled tutorial right, but whatever. That's not the point. So it looks like this, okay? Then you can do other things if you want. You can put like in the middle, but I always leave it like that because I feel like the middle and this is not accurate. It just looks really weird, but I always leave it like that. And what I normally do is I go to the right side here. It will show like layers and all that stuff. I always leave it on essentials or whatever you want to honestly leave it as, but I guess for now we'll leave it on photograph or whatever, because you want to be able to adjust the brightness and stuff of this. So first we're gonna do the tutorial of the font. So we're gonna go to blending options, okay? And you're gonna get all these like styles and all that stuff, right? So let's say example, if you want to have like this, it looks like, I don't know, weird gooey paintings type of stuff, and then contour, it's like it looks like that, and then texture, it looks like a bunch of weird stuff. I don't know, but honestly, for all my stuff, I don't have that. I just have it like this, and then I have stroke because it looks cool as shit in stroke. And you can put an inner shadow to make it look more like darker, or inner glow like that. But example, if you don't want it like yellow, you could just like pick different colors like green, like different stuff or whatever. And I honestly don't put the inner glow. I always leave it on stroke. And sometimes I put Satan because it looks cool. Satan, and you could pick like different colors. So you gotta click on it, and then you could pick red or you could pick blue. Either one, to be honest, it's up to you. It's up to the person and stuff. But you see, like it gets darker or it gets brighter like that. You could justify it and then just put on normal like that. See, so now it's red or it's blue or it's like that. But most of the time I leave it on black because it looks cool on black. And then you could justify like how dark you want it or not. So let's just leave it like that. Nah, let's leave it like, yeah, like that's fine. Okay, and then you could put like color overlays if you want, but that's just gonna take off the color of the red and just put it overlay. So you don't really want to have the time. And then there's the tutorial. Like, I mean, not tutorial. There's a gradient overlay. My bad. I was reading this, but there are gradient overlays where it's like you can honestly like, or like sometimes you could do like this. So example, all right, let's just put this like right there. Okay, so example, there's like that. So you could put it like it could goes from white to blue. That looks pretty cool to be honest. But it goes like that. Okay, and then do that, and then you want to put outer glow. I always put drop shadow, and I put the drop shadow all the way. Okay, like all the way. Oh wait, never mind, wrong one. Okay, drop shadow, put it all the way. Okay, and then put the distance like as far as you want it down. Like you can see the little shadow starting to pop up right there. You do that, and then you can do like what size you want, like how far or how spread you want it. I always put at least the distance like a little bit farther, and then you can put like whatever color you want as well. See like red, but I always put a black, and then just press OK. Okay, and then you go ahead and go to the top left little cursor, and you could go to the top right, place it wherever you want. So you see the little shadows there, yeah. So you can place it like how that. But example, if you have multiple texts, like one, like says on, right? You have multiple text or whatever, you can like right click the tutorial one, the one you just did, right click on it, and you can press copy layer style, and then just go to the other one you had right here and just paste. Okay, like that. Now they have exactly the same. You can do that to multiple ones, whatever you choose, to be honest. But let's just go ahead and put it wherever you want it, like right here. That's fine, I guess. And then if you want to go ahead and put like snipe, like you want to like do different filters for this right here for the background of the map you had or whatever map background you had. You click on the circle right here and so this is what I've been using. I think you can also do it with these, but yeah, you could also do it with these. You can also do it with these and stuff, but let's see. I'm gonna put like a little brighter because it looks cool, and then yeah, like that's fine. And then you could do like all these, right? So I honestly always do the brightness, and I think sometimes I do the exposure to make it look brighter. Yeah, to make it look brighter or darker. To make it a little brighter. Like it's just like that, these little things. You have to like tweak with it for a little bit. Like I don't know everything about it yet, but I've tweaked with it. So I know like the basics, like how to make it at least look decent in some of mine, like that. So if you want to have a picture, like another picture on it, like an emoji or whatever, like how I have some of mine. You have to go to press place and you go to the one you want. But it has to be PNG, guys. It has to be PNG. Like no matter what, it has to be PNG. Because if it's not PNG, it's gonna look like garbage. See, it's gonna have that white stuff on it. Okay, it's gonna have that white stuff. We do not want to have this white stuff on it. Okay, we want it to have um like just the picture itself. So example, this one. No, not this one. All right, hold up, guys. Example. Let's see. Think this one. Yeah, this one. See, this one just has the character. It's not white background or whatever. It's just the character. You see. So this is a PNG right here. You have to search a PNG. So example, I'm gonna go ahead and search one up for you guys. So we're gonna go on Google. You go on Google. Ignore all this right here. Okay. So example, go to Google and then you search up Overwatch, right? Go on Overwatch. Go to images right away. Go to images, okay? And then you can honestly search up whatever you want. Doesn't really matter. But for example, we're gonna search up, let's say, poop, right? Turd PNG, right? It says PNG right away. It says turd PNG. You click on the turd PNG, okay? There's a bunch of ones you have right here, but you have to make sure it looks like pixelated. Like this one's not pixelated. This one's gonna have a white background in it, so this one will not work. This one will not work as well because it has a white background. So you have to make sure you find one right away, like at least one. You see this one right here. This is perfect. You see these little like squares right here, like the white and gray squares. This would work. It's a PNG. It will work and stuff, and you can just download it and stuff. I don't feel like downloading because I already have a turd PNG, but this is perfect. This can work, and then just go ahead. It's already downloaded. You go to your files, and then press file, or let me delete this right here, file, place, and then you look for the turd emoji. I'm gonna look for my turd emoji because I know I have a turd emoji. You look for a turd emoji, okay? Okay, let's see my turd emoji, turd emoji, turd emoji, turd emoji. See right here, turd. There, bam. And then you could adjust it however you want it, right? Let's just put it on his head because he's a little turd. Bam. See? That's how it looks, okay? This is how you want it, or you just want to do it. But you have to like honestly tweak with it. Like there's little things that honestly sometimes is like common sense. with some of this because this is color balance. Let's okay, but yeah, that's why it's check mark. You could do like color balance right here, change it all the way to red, or and then to pink like that, and stuff like that. You could put like highlights, whatever. Up to you to be honest. But you know, if you don't want to do all that, just delete. You know, if you don't want to, you want to make it look, you know, basic like how mine is right now. Mine's pretty basic. But then after you're done, you go to when you're done, you this is how you want it or whatever. You go to save as, okay, and then you name it whatever. We're gonna name it turd, right? Let's just name it turd 2 because of tutorial. If you do as Photoshop, um, from what I've noticed, I don't think if you're trying to upload this on YouTube, it does not work with Photoshop. But this is like if you want to like edit it again, you can like edit it again because it's just like a project. But what I always do it as JPG, JPEG, or JPE. You have to do to make sure it's JPEG, okay? There's some other ones like in some other videos, but I don't honestly don't see it when I try. But when I do it, I always just do it at JPEG, okay? And then it's gonna go to like all the files that I have right here, and then you just press save, and then it's gonna have like all this. But you have to make sure it's less than 2 or 3 megabytes, because if it's more than 2 or 3 megabytes, it's not gonna upload on YouTube. The thumbnail will not upload on YouTube. So example, sometimes if it's over 3 megabytes or 2, it was gonna say right now mine is just 776 gigabytes KB. So if it's over 3 or 12 megabytes, you can lower the size of the file by like the quality. So example, you can put it on high, and now bam, all of a sudden it's 233.5K. But the lower you put it, the garbage it looks, the more worse it looks. But you try to honestly, like, you can't really tell sometimes. But if you want, just try to put at least on high or maximum. I always put all my thumbnails on maximum, and you just or max it out on 12. It's up to you to be honest, and then you just do it like that. And then you press OK, and then bam, we got our thumbnail. You go to the where you put the thumbnail in your hard drive. We're gonna look for it, and it's gonna be turret right here. Bam, that's our thumbnail right there. It's in 1280 by 720. So yes, guys, if this tutorial helped you on how you make a thumbnail and stuff, I hope it did. And hopefully you guys understand how to make a thumbnail, at least a decent thumbnail right now with Photoshop and stuff. Hopefully you guys understand how to make a decent thumbnail. You know, just play around with it. To be honest, I did not really know what to do with it. There's just a lot of stuff I didn't know. I don't know how to do. You say like 3D. I still haven't really touched the 3D because it's complicated, but I just normally how to do this and stuff. You know. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video of me showing how to make a thumbnail with Photoshop, Adobe Photoshop and stuff. And as always, guys, if any questions, just comment down below, and I'll feel free to answer them for you guys. Just message me and stuff. And as always, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed it.